Someone's gonna accidentally shoot through there and destroy a ton of stuff. You gotta be careful. What's up, Agent Zero here, and welcome back to some more LunaCraft Season 2. This is episode 5, and we've had a few things that have happened in between the last episode and this episode. There have been, again, a few different live streams that have happened. We finally have a live stream. I did show this off in a live stream that I did not too long ago, technically speaking, so if you caught that live stream, you already knew about that, but in case you didn't catch that live stream, well, now you know. Also, we've got ourselves a brand new banner design. Out with the old design that I used, which was the number 0 for letters and numbers, basically, and in with this, and this actually required the use of a skull and crossbones banner pattern, which is a wither skeleton skull. If I could find where I put the banner pattern, that would be cool, but even if I can't, I mean, I have it now, which... that's actually, yeah, it's right here, skull chart. So this is the skull and crossbones. What I want to focus on in this particular episode, episode 5, is I want to try to get going my actual KELP shop, because technically speaking I do have it open, but I'm lacking as far as keeping it properly stocked, and that's a little bit of an issue, not just for me, because obviously I want to make profit, but for everyone else who wants to buy some, because this is literally all I have in stock at the moment, and that's a little bit of a problem. Before we actually go ahead and do that, I just remembered something that I completely forgotten about to show you guys during a basic recap of what was happening. I went ahead and got done more of my base. My eventual permanent base is still not completely done, but I do have at least what I had planned pretty much started off. So down here on the bottom, unfortunately, I still need to go ahead and drain out this lower section, but if we go ahead and start coming up the stairs, you can see things have made a decent amount of progress, which is actually not too terribly bad. We've got 4 different levels to the actual base itself, which I'm debating on whether or not I actually want to go ahead and expand this all the way up to the surface or not. I just need to get myself enough of the stuff I need, the warp planks, basically. If I go into my resource packs, I have this night vision resource pack enabled. If I turn this off and go back to the game, I think you guys are probably gonna guess what's happening. Yeah, it is basically, well, not completely pitch black, but pretty much close enough. And the further I go down, the darker it's going to get. I mean, honestly, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously, I do use night vision resource packs, night vision shaders, whatever you want to call it, in order for me to be able to see pretty much wherever I am. But obviously, if anyone else is going to come down here and see what I'm up to, that's going to be a little bit of an issue. So I think the first order of business is to go ahead and get lights in, which that's actually not going to be hard. All I really need are soulfire lanterns, because that's what I want to use down here. I also completely forgot that because I have Optifine on, I can hold these in my hand, and it's going to light up the area around me. So that makes things a little bit easier, honestly. So I do this. And yeah, that actually looks a little bit better. And I need to get rid of this crafting table. This is when I was... actually, you know what? That can stay. That was actually technically when I was working earlier, but I can keep that there without an issue. I'd say this actually looks really good. I could technically use change if I really wanted to. If I really wanted to change, I could. But at the same time, I don't think I really need them. I think this should be perfectly fine. I mean, obviously it's not a lot of light, but again... one last time, mobs aren't going to spawn anyway, it doesn't matter. One thing I also would like to go ahead and mention is that even though this space is completely and utterly tiny, I have pretty much the entirety of the ocean floor underneath me to work with. So it's not like I'm out a whole lot of space by having this so small. I have pretty much infinite space underneath. This is actually part of the reason why I use night vision shaders, is because of this. That, and I can see without the need of torches. This is so helpful, but at the same time there are issues with the night vision resource pack that I use. So I guess it's kind of like a risk reward in a sense, not completely. It's the only term I can really think of for this. And now that I actually have that sword, I actually do need these planks because I want to go ahead and make myself this double chest right here, I believe somewhere, yeah, I've got a hopper here. The reason why I bring this up is because I want to make an automatic kelp farm, and in order to do that, I need some sort of redstone machine to pull it off. And I do know for a fact that I can use bone meal on kelp in order to basically grow it instantly. It's not going to grow all the way up to the top in an instant, but what I will say is that at the very least, it's going to allow me to grow kelp a lot faster. Okay, so I'm here on a creative test world because I want to see how far a piece of kelp will actually grow if it's given bone meal, so that I can better experiment to see what I need to do in order to make this super efficient. That's pretty much what I need to go ahead and do, which I don't think should be too terribly hard to do, honestly. The only real issue I'm going to have is figuring out a timing circuit. I mean, I'm sure that can be pulled off incredibly easily, but at the same time, I just want to experiment for right now. It's not going to be too big of an issue. Well, if I go ahead and place this down like this, yeah, so that's actually what I wanted to go ahead and pull off, at least in a nutshell. And this is actually not too terribly complicated. And so this is what I'm going to use in order to pull off this machine. It's not going to be hard. Again, like I said, the only thing is I need to know how high this kelp is going to end up growing, and that's something I don't have an answer to just yet. So I need to go ahead and experiment with that. Right, so I've got the basic idea set up without the redstone. I just want to see how far one piece of bone meal is going to take it. Does not look like it goes too terribly far, honestly. Now, something I don't know is whether or not this is the fact of basically it only goes up one at a time, or if it's something else that's happening, and that is not something I wanted to do. A little late now. But I have my answer now at the very least, so I guess it's not too big of an issue. I could potentially just redesign this redstone without much of an issue and come up with something that basically grows a ton of kelp at once, and then from there I can get tons and tons of bone meal without a lot of issues, which I'm actually not going to be too upset about, honestly. If I can get tons of kelp so I can actually get my stuff going, I will actually be very happy about that. Something I just realized I could potentially do if I can figure out how to pull it off is I could have 3 dispensers down here, and then I can basically grow a ton more, a lot better, actually. If I can get this lined up exactly how I want it to be. Actually, I have an idea. If I pull it off doing this, and I go ahead and go down like this, and I can go ahead and do that, put a block right there to basically cut that signal, and then I need to go do that. Is this going to end up working? Is this going to run all 3 of them at once? Actually, I can test to see that, actually, if I just do that. Okay, so that answers that question. It did go to every single one of them, but I forgot there's no kelp there. I destroyed the kelp, but that works. So now I go ahead and test to see how this is going to work. And oh my gosh! That grows quite a bit, or at least it did grow quite a bit at once. Oh my gosh, that was insane. Okay, I highly doubt this is going to change anything, but I'm just going to do it because I can. And let's see how well this is going to end up working. Why did that break? Oh, that's exactly why it broke. Okay. Something else I actually did notice doing this is that apparently because the piston is not waterlogged, actually, yeah, I should probably waterlog some stuff so that hopefully I can actually get these to grow a lot better. Now I'm wondering if this is actually going to have any effect on what I'm about to do. Is this going to allow the kelp to grow a lot faster? Yes! Oh my gosh!
That's quite big.
So it seems to go up to about here with each individual growth. So I believe, how high is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high. So I think I need at least 7 or 8 in order to actually make this work the way I want it to, honestly. And now that I know what I need to do, the first order of business is get some scaffolding. And actually, I'm probably just gonna cut out the part where I build the actual redstone itself, because we already saw it on the test world. I literally just built it on the test world, so I know exactly what I'm doing. So that one's not gonna be hard. Am I seeing what I think? The heck? Why? You guys are idiots. Please. Someone's gonna accidentally shoot through there and destroy a ton of stuff. You gotta be careful. It looks like 2 diamonds per individual stack of scaffolding. Do I even have that many No, I don't. No, I do not. So that is an issue. But I know we've got bamboo all the way over there. I can harvest some of that and bone meal a bit of that up without too much issues, honestly.
Much later.
Alright, so there was unfortunately a little bit of a hiccup in the recording, but everything that I wanted to get done is at the very least done. So here's what I actually ended up doing. I got the farm itself completely done. I got some bone meal over from Chaos's place all the way over there. It's really far out, so I can't see it from here. I've got the farm already started, which, yeah, that's a thing that ends up happening sometimes. I've got, look at this. Look at the amount of lava buckets I've got. This is going to take absolutely forever for it to completely empty out, which isn't going to be too terribly bad if I'm going to be completely honest. But other than that, I think I'm good to go ahead and say that this project is at the very least done and ready to start producing tons and tons of kelp. I am pretty happy with how this turned out. I am not gonna lie. Other than that, this is actually where I'm gonna go ahead and end off the video. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Stews. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys later.